Welcome to Krishnaverse. Today, we enter the beginning of the Kali Age, a sacred journey from sorrow to devotion, where the heart slowly remembers the path to peace. Settle in gently and let these timeless words carry you into a deeper stillness. The Pandavas had already set out on their final journey. Krishna had left his mortal body. Since that moment, the world had felt hollow, like a great bell struck silent. The ashram of Vyasa was very still in the early morning. The first light of dawn had barely touched the sky. Outside, a slow wind moved through the trees, but even that felt muted, as though the air itself had lost the will to stir. Inside, the great sage sat alone, with sorrow pressing heavy on his heart.
Nothing gives me joy anymore. Where Krishna is not, how can I stay? I want to leave this world too, but Krishna never told me to go. I don't know what to do. I don't understand anything.
Just then, a familiar voice came from outside. Narada had arrived. He stepped through the doorway, unhurried, calm, his eyes already reading what was written on Vyasa's face.
Narada, you've come so early. What a blessing to see you today. Please, sit.
Vyasa, why do you look like this? What's weighing on you so heavily? Are you well?
You can see right through me. You always could. My body is fine, but my mind is not well at all. Nothing feels good anymore. Nothing feels good anymore.
If even you are feeling this way, what hope is there for the rest of the world? Tell me what happened. If there's anything I can do, I will.
Since the Pandavas left, since Krishna left, all joy has gone with them. I have to stay here for the sake of people. That is the Creator's command. But the world is not what it was. Everywhere I look, I see desire, greed, and lies. And I think, my Vedas, my Upanishads, the Mahabharata, who did I write all of it for? What was the point?
Now I understand. For so long you've written about knowledge and right action, and carrying all of that has made your heart heavy. But that's not how peace comes, Vyasa. Peace comes through devotion, and you haven't written about that yet.
Is that why I have no peace? Then whose story should I write? Who can bring peace to my heart?
Hari. Write about Hari. There is no peace anywhere outside of him. Write his story and your heart will settle.
But if I can't see my Mukunda, my Murari, how will I write anything? Without him close, the words won't come.
Yes, Krishna's body has gone, but can he ever truly leave his devotees? He is still with you, Vyasa. There is no difference between Hari and the story of Hari. Write that story. The darkness in your heart will lift.
Those are wonderful words, truly wonderful. If I write about Hari, I'll find Krishna again in that work. All this sorrow will end. I'm grateful to you, Narada.
No need for thanks. Whoever hears Krishna's story will be freed from sin and fear. In the age of Kali that's coming, Krishna's name will be the only shelter for those with nowhere to go.
I'll write it. I will write the story of Hari. But once it's written, who will carry it to the world? Who is worthy enough to speak it?
Aren't you the one, Vyasa?
No. If you ask me, there is no one more worthy than my son, Sukha.
At that very moment, something shifted in the ashram. The lamp flame steadied. The wind outside dropped completely. A strange, waiting silence fell over everything.
Sukha, but my son has lived absorbed in non-dual truth since birth. He stays deep in samadhi. I don't even know where he is right now. How will he sing the glories of Hari when he barely speaks at all.
See the power of the Lord's name for yourself. Just remember him, Vyasa. Call your son once.
Vyasa closed his eyes. His voice came out low and steady, not loud, but carrying the full weight of a father's longing.
Sukha, can you hear me? Son, come. You need to hear the story of Hari. Come down, my child. Come down.
A moment passed, then another, and then, as if stepping out of the silence itself, Sukha appeared before them and bowed low.
Father, I bow to you, and to you as well, Narada.
My son, you've come. You've really come.
What a strange and beautiful play this is. Why have you called me, Father? Tell me what you need.
Narada has asked me to write the story of Hari. Krishna's divine play will come to be known as the Srimad Bhagavatam. Without hearing it, people in Kali Yuga cannot find liberation. You must carry that story to the world, Sukha.
I hear you, Father. I will do it. My name is Sukha. I am Vyasa's only son. My mother was Gritachi, an Apsara. I was born from her womb, but she returned to Indraloka right after my birth. So I never knew a mother's love. Perhaps that is why no worldly bond ever took hold in me, not from the very beginning. My father did everything he could so I wouldn't feel that absence. But I am the son of a great sage. Affection couldn't bind me. Attachment couldn't reach me. From birth, I was an ascetic. For a very long time, I stayed sunk in samadhi. Only my father's call brought me back. By Narada's instruction, my father wrote the story of Krishna's divine play, the Srimad Bhagavatam. When it was complete, he told me something wondrous, and now I will tell that to you. At that time, Dvapara Yuga was coming to its end. Krishna had returned to his divine home. While he was on earth, Bhakti Devi, the spirit of devotion, had lived in full and overflowing joy. But after he left, she fell into misery. She wandered the roads like a beggar. She walked along a long dusty road under a grey sky. The land around her looked dry and forgotten. Her clothes were worn, her steps slow and heavy. Just behind her came her two sons, Viveka and Viragya, staying close as though afraid of being left behind.
Lord, I can't take this anymore. Without you, I have no worth in this world. Nobody gives me a place now. Where do I go? Where do I take Viveka and Viragya?
Mother, if you fall apart like this, what happens to us? We have nothing without you. You are all we have.
Just then, light and steady footsteps approached from up ahead. Narada came near. When he saw the three of them standing in the dust of that empty road, he stopped at once.
What is this? Bhakti Devi, why are you in such a state? And why do Viveka and Viragya look so lost? What's happened to you all?
We have nowhere to go, Narada. Krishna has gone to his supreme abode. Nobody values us anymore. Nobody looks for us.
Be calm. If the world forgets you, the earth itself will crumble. Don't give up. Better days are coming for you. I've started spreading the name of Hari by the instruction of Sanat Kumar, Brahma's own mind-born son. And nobody understands the greatness of that name better than you.
The name of Hari? You're singing his name? Look, Narada, look, I can already feel it. Joy is filling me again.
Something changed in the air the moment Narada began to chant. It was as though a hidden string had opened. Bhakti Devi stood straighter. Color came back into her face. Her sons raised their heads. Other holy saints came close, drawn by the sound from every direction, and as the name of Hari reached their ears, every one of them seemed to receive new life. From that time on, Narada spread the message that this story of Hari, written by Vyasa, was the great medicine for the age of Kali. By hearing it, people in this dark age could be freed from the fear of death, from sorrow, from hatred, from impurity, from attachment, and much more. After hearing all of this from my father, I had a question for him. We sat together in his ashram as the evening fire burned low between us. Father, you created the 4 Vedas. They are the heart of all scripture. So why did you need to write the Bhagavata Mahapurana as well?
Son, the Vedic scriptures teach people what is right and what is wrong. They explain what happens after death. You do good, you go up. You do harm, you fall. But they don't really speak of devotion. That part is missing.
So people just stay trapped between good deeds and bad ones? Is there no way out? Can they never go beyond both?
The scriptures we have in the world today don't have that power. None of them can give liberation. They teach action and duty. A person who follows them may reach heaven after death, but when that merit runs out, he's born on earth again. That's not liberation.
Then show me the way beyond all of that, Father. Tell me, what is the highest thing a person can gain? That's what I want to hear.
Sukha, this Bhagavata I'm going to tell you, it stands above the Vedas, above Vedanta, above everything. This alone is the highest scripture. Whoever hears it is freed from the grip of both good deeds and bad.
But Father, is the Srimad Bhagavatam not a Vedic scripture then?
The Bhagavata can't be boxed in like that, Sukha. Look at that tree in front of us. Can you drink its juice straight from the tree?
No, Father, that's not possible.
But the tree does have juice inside it. Where do you find it? Only in the fruit. When all the goodness of the tree ripens and collects in the fruit, it becomes sweet and full of life. That's what the Bhagavata is. It holds the very essence of all scripture. It can't be held within narrow limits.
Sitting beside my father, I began to drink the nectar of Hari's story. My guru had been King Janaka of Mithila, who taught me the path of non-duality. I'd always walked that path alone. But as I listened to my father speak, something in my heart began to shift. My whole being seemed to drift into the current of God's love. Those sweet stories pulled me deeper and deeper. The dry logic of non-duality fell away. The story of Hari became my meditation. The story of Hari became my meditation. The story of Hari became my wisdom.
This story will take sorrow away from people, Sukha. It will bring peace to those who are suffering. It will destroy the fear of death in those who are dying. This is a priceless treasure. From today, you are its keeper. Through you, the whole world will hear the story of Hari.
Then tell me this, Father. Where does human sorrow begin? Is suffering just one thing, or does it come in many forms?
There is no end to human sorrow, son. It is born from fear. Fear of dark forces. Fear of your own sickness and grief. And then, fear of other people too.
Why do people fear other people, Father?
Because nobody knows what's hiding in someone else's heart. The fear of who might hurt you and when eats you from the inside. That fear stays until death. But if someone hears the Bhagavata even once, they can go beyond all fear. Suffering ends. There is no other path to liberation. Only Hari and his story.
My father's words, spoken by that great knower of Brahman, later proved completely true. This Bhagavata story saved King Parivata's story, saved King Parivanmanyu and great-grandson of Arjuna from the very fear of death. By my father's command, I came to tell him the story of Harikshit. A great wave of love for Hari spread across the world. But that comes a little later. First, let me tell you about Parikshit himself. It was because of Parikshit that Kali rose in this world. If Parikshit had not shown him mercy, Kali could never have become so destructive. But who can fight destiny? I am only a witness, still detached. I came only a witness, still detached. I came only to tell the Bhagavata, the story of King Parikshit and Krishna's divine play. So let me begin with Parikshit, the Pandavas' heir. He carried all the qualities of his grandfather Arjuna. At the time of his birth, the Brahmins declared his horoscope most auspicious. They said that through him, Dharma would shine again on earth. That noble souls would walk the world again, and in time every word of that prophecy proved true. His strength was without limit, so was his bravery, his courage, and his kindness. He was exactly what a king should be. The Pandavas had once lived hidden in the kingdom of Vidata, and Parikshit too had a deep bond with that land. Prince Uttara of that kingdom had been close to Arjuna. Parikshit married Uttara's daughter Aravati, and of their 4 sons, the eldest was Yanamija. In every part of his life, Parikshit followed the Pandavas' example. During his reign, Dharma on earth had not yet greatly weakened. And yet, Kali was already searching for a way in. Without finding some crack in the world, how could he enter it? One day news of this reached Parikshit through a messenger. The court grew tense as the man hurried in, chest heaving, face pale with what he carried.
Victory to the Maharaja. I bring bad news, my lord.
Speak. Are my people living in peace? Are Brahmins being protected? Is anyone hurting the helpless?
Not openly, Maharaja. Not yet, but something far worse could happen very soon. Just thinking about it fills me with dread.
What? What's happening in my kingdom? Tell me everything, now.
Maharaja, Kali has entered your kingdom. Despite all your safeguards, he is spreading his influence. Very soon he will become a great enemy of Dharma and justice.
Who is this wretch? What nerve, entering my kingdom against my command? There can be no delay. I will drive him out right now. Commander, prepare the army. Wherever I find Kali, I will kill him there.
The moment Parikshit gave the order, the commander prepared the Kuru forces for war. The king's chariot was yoked with rare blue horses, and above it flew the lion banner. With a mighty bow in his hand, Parikshit set out. Behind him rolled a vast force, chariots, elephants, cavalry, and foot soldiers. He marched through many lands, village after village, forest after forest, but Kali was nowhere to be found. Then, one day, wandering in search, Parikshit came to the bank of the Saraswati river. Even there the march did not end. Nearby lay Kurukshetra, where once a terrible war had raged among his ancestors. Perhaps the memory of that bloodshed where once a terrible war had raged among his ancestors. Perhaps the memory of that bloodshed stirred something in him. A little way from the camp on the riverbank, the king suddenly saw something dreadful. In an open field stood a man of low birth, dressed like a king, holding a heavy club. Before him trembled a white cow, weak and crippled, standing on just one leg. She swayed with the effort of staying upright. The man was beating her without mercy. She swayed with the effort of staying upright. The man was beating her without mercy. She was too broken to run, too helpless to fight back.
Stop. How dare you beat a helpless creature like this? What kind of man are you?
Who are you? Why are you getting involved?
I am King Parikshit. Krishna may have gone to Vaikuntha, and my grandfather Arjuna may be gone with him, but don't think that means no one is left to protect the innocent. You are a sinner, a great sinner, and I sentence you to death.
At once the man began to tremble.
Forgive me, Maharaja. Please, forgive me.
You did all this, and now you beg for forgiveness. Have you no shame? Tell me who you are and where you came from.
Maharaja, my name is Kali. Dvapara Yuga has ended. By the Creator's order, my age must now begin. This is how creation works. No one can change it. I am only doing what I was sent to do.
So you are, Kali. Now I understand. You're the one I've been searching for. And now that you're standing right in front of me, I'm not letting you go easily.
Why, Maharaja? I haven't wronged you personally.
If you stay, evil will spread everywhere. I just saw with my own eyes what you were doing. I will not let you roam free in my kingdom. Why were you beating this creature?
Forgive me, Maharaja. If this cow is unharmed, I cannot do what I was sent to do. I can't enter the world. And yet, if I don't come, how does creation move toward its end?
What do you mean? Who is this cow?
Ask her yourself, Maharaja.
You who stand on one leg in the form of a cow, who are you? Are you a deity?
Maharaja Parikshit, I am Dharma. Your ancestors walked with me faithfully, and as long as I stand strong, Kali cannot spread his power.
At once, Parikshit bowed before him.
Dharma, I bow to you. But who cut away your other 3 legs? Tell me who did this. Anyone who destroys peace and happiness in my kingdom, I will remove them. Don't be afraid.
You are truly the worthy heir of King Pandu. You would have done exactly as he did. But before I blame anyone else, let me speak of myself, because I am deeply troubled.
Dharma is troubled? How can that be?
I speak the truth. What troubles me is not the pain of Kali's blows. Something else hurts me far more. I know what the scriptures teach, and yet I cannot shake my own dissatisfaction. It is eating me alive.
Tell me what's wrong, Dharmadeva. Speak clearly. If there's any way I can help, I will.
I don't know the path by which human beings reach liberation. I don't know why living beings suffer. Think on it with your wisdom and tell me, what is the true path to freedom? Do you know, O King?
This is an impossible question. If even you don't know the answer, how could I? My knowledge is nothing compared to yours.
Then how can you ease my suffering, Maharaja? Perhaps your wisdom is like Arjuna's, enough to punish wrongdoing but no further.
You didn't name the one who hurt you, because you are Dharma, so let me work it out for myself. In Satya Yuga, you stood on 4 legs. Those 4 were penance, purity, compassion, and truth.
You are right.
As the ages passed, unrighteousness kept striking you. 3 legs broke, one by one. Now you're standing on just one, and that one is truth. And this Kali Yuga, unrighteousness itself, wants to destroy even that last support. I will kill him right now.
Hearing this, Kali threw off his royal clothes and fell at the king's feet.
Protect me, O king. Please, don't kill me. I give up this disguise. I surrender to you. A king protects those who surrender. That is your duty, Parikshit. Please.
Parikshit stood quietly for a long moment. He looked at Kali crumpled in the dust before him. He weighed justice against mercy. The field was completely silent.
All right, you've come to me for shelter, so I won't kill you. But I won't let you wander free either. If you stay without limits, unrighteousness will grow everywhere. Even kings will act unjustly under your influence. The worship of Hari will be disturbed. You have no place here. Leave.
Maharaja, time itself brought me here. Nobody can stop me forever. Only you frighten me, because wherever I go, you'll follow with your bow. I beg you, just give me a few places where I can stay safely.
Fine. I give you 4 places, where there is gambling, where there is drinking, where men use women for pleasure, and where there is violence. Nowhere else.
Please, Maharaja, have pity. Just one more place. Give me one more, and I'll ask for nothing else.
You want a 5th. Very well. I also give you a place among wealth and riches. But that is all. 5 places and no more. Remember that.
Victory to the Maharaja. I swear I will follow your command completely.
And so by Parikshit's order, Kali Yuga received 5 dwelling places: falsehood, drinking, lust, hatred and wealth. These became Kali's homes. All 5 are the roots of unrighteousness. For anyone who wants to live well, all 5 are equally dangerous. But why did Parikshit not kill Kali? It's true, Kali had surrendered. But there was another reason. Parikshit understood that Kali had one strange hidden quality. A person whose conscience is alive stays beyond Kali's reach. Only someone who has lost their wisdom and conscience becomes his victim. And the deepest secret of all, in Kali Yuga, all you have to do is sing the name and glory of Hari, and the path to the highest good opens. Hard austerities are no longer needed the way they once were. Parikshit knew this. That's why he didn't destroy Kali. He gave him shelter instead. After that, both went back to their own paths. Kali went toward wealth, and Parikshit went hunting. While hunting in the forest, Parikshit chased a deer deep into the trees, but he couldn't find it anywhere. The sun fell lower and lower. By the end of the day, he was exhausted and desperate with thirst, wandering through an unfamiliar stretch of forest. At last, he came to the ashram of the sage Shamika. The place was quiet and shaded. Old trees stood close together, their roots deep in the earth. No water was anywhere near. Hoping to find some inside, the king entered. But the ashram seemed empty. At the center, under a large tree, sat sage Shamika, matted hair on his head, dressed in deerskin. His eyes were shut, his face perfectly still. He was sunk deep in meditation.
Holy sage, I'm very tired. Can you give me some water? Can you hear me? Why aren't you answering? I am King Parikshit, and I am terribly thirsty. Please, some water.
No reply came. The stillness of the ashram did not stir. Not a word. Not even a breath seemed to move in the old sage's chest. The silence only made the king's exhaustion feel heavier, and within that exhaustion, something else began to rise. Irritation, and then anger.
Not even a seat offered to the king of this land, not a drop of water, not one word of respect. This sage must be punished for insulting me. What should I do? Yes, that dead snake lying there. I'll put it around his neck. He pretends to meditate while ignoring his king. Let him face the result.
From the yard, Parikshit lifted a dead snake with the tip of his bow and placed it around the neck of the meditating sage Shamika. Parikshit was by nature calm, gentle and wise. He was not a man who fell into such things easily. But in one moment of pride and anger, he committed that terrible act. On his way back to the palace, he couldn't stop thinking about the sage. He didn't know if Shamika had truly been in meditation or had knowingly ignored him. That uncertainty sat heavy in his chest as he drove his horse hard toward home. Not far from the ashram, in a grassy clearing among the trees, Shamika's young son Shringi was playing with the sons of other sages. It was an ordinary afternoon, boys running, laughing, calling out to each other. Then one boy came rushing toward Shringi, breathless with news.
Shringi, come quickly. Come and see your ashram. Your father looks just like Shiva right now. Both have snakes around their necks. Only Shiva's snake is alive and the one on your father is dead.
What? What are you talking about? Which snake?
You won't understand if you just stand here. Come and see for yourself.
Fine, let's go. Come with me, everyone.
Shringi ran back to the ashram with his friends. The moment he stepped through the gate and saw the dead snake hanging around his father's neck, all the lightness of the afternoon was gone. The other boys laughed, not understanding what they were seeing, but Shringi was shaking with fury.
Who did this? Who dared insult my father? Did anyone see?
I saw it, Shringi. A little while ago, Maharaja Parikshit was leaving this ashram.
Maharaja Parikshit, how could he do this? Does he not know how a Brahmin is to be treated? A Kshatriya king is supposed to protect Brahmins, not insult them in their own home. Just because Krishna is no longer here, does he think sin goes unpunished? I will punish him myself.
What are you going to do, Shringi?
I may be young, but the fire of Brahman burns in me. My penance has power. I will give Maharaja Parikshit the punishment he deserves. Come to the bank of the Kashiki river. Come and watch.
Yes, let's go.
They went to the river's edge. The Kashiki moved steadily past, cold and clear. Shringi walked to where the water ran shallow over smooth stones and reached down. He cupped the river water in both hands. In that moment, his youth and all his years of penance joined into something very dangerous.
I am Shringi, son of sage Shamika. With this water from the Kashiki river in my hands, I pronounce this curse. Parikshit has insulted my father, a great Brahmin sage and ascetic. For that sin, within 7 days, he will die from the bite of Takshaka, the serpent king.
The curse was spoken. Its force went out at once. Afterwards, Shringi walked back to the ashram. The anger drained from him as he went, and in its place came grief. He began to weep, loudly, bitterly, over what had been done to his father. Hearing his son's cries, Sage Shamika came back to outer awareness. Confused, still half lost in the quiet of meditation, he looked at the boy with concern.
What's happened, my son? Why are you crying like this? Has something terrible happened? Why are you so upset, Shringi?
Maharaja Parikshit insulted you, father. Look at yourself and see what he did.
Shamika looked down and saw the dead snake around his neck.
Parikshit. Maharaja Parikshit came here? I didn't know. He must have spoken to me. And when I didn't answer, feeling insulted, he put this around my neck. But how could he know? I was deep in meditation. It wasn't really his fault.
Not his fault. Father, I've already cursed him. I cursed the Maharaja for what he did to you. Within 7 days, he will die from Takshaka's poison.
What have you done, Shringi? You're still a child. Why did you say such a thing? For such a small offense, such a terrible punishment? I can't support this at all.
But he insulted you, father. How can a Kshatriya king be allowed that kind of pride?
Listen to me. A king is not like other men because of the king, his rule, his strength, his watchfulness. People live without fear. He works for everyone's good. A king is a form of Narayan himself. Without him is a form of Narayan himself. Without him, society falls apart. You're young, Shringi. You couldn't have known this. Without a king, Sanatan Dharma disappears. Chaos takes over everywhere. Emperor Parikshit protects Dharma. Among devotees, he stands tall. He has performed great Ashwamedha sacrifices, and you have cursed him.
Forgive me, father. I didn't understand what I was doing. I made a terrible mistake. Save me, father. Please.
I cannot undo this, my son. Go and ask forgiveness from God. Only He can forgive you now.
Lord, please forgive me. I will never do such a thing again. Father of the world, please forgive me.
My son is young and foolish. He acted without understanding. Narayan, please forgive my Shringi. Protect him, Lord. Protect him.
While father and son prayed together in Shamika's ashram, Parikshit was on the road back to his kingdom. Burning remorse had already taken hold inside him. The chariot moved fast, but his mind moved faster. Back to the ashram, back to the ashram, back to that moment, again and again.
Shame on me. What did I do? I insulted a Brahmarshi. How did I let myself get to that point? I deserve to be cursed for this. Let a curse come. Let it come. It will be the right punishment. Let such a curse fall, that no one ever dares do such a thing again. Let everything I have turn to ash. I deserve it. Shame on me.
Weighed down by guilt, Maharaja Parikshit entered his royal court and took his seat. The hall was full and bright. All around him his people raised the cry of victory.
Victory to Maharaja Parikshit.
But that day the king heard none of it. He didn't even lift his hand. He sat on the throne and stared at nothing, lost entirely inside his own shame.
Maharaja, a young sage has arrived from the ashram of sage Shamika. He carries a special message. He asks to see you.
A young sage? Bring him in at once. I've been waiting for him.
Soon the young sage entered and bowed before the king.
Maharaja Parikshit, I bow to you. My name is Gauramukha. Sage Shamika, the great knower of Brahman, has sent me. I carry a terrible message for you, Maharaja.
I know, young sage. I've already prepared myself. Speak freely, Gauramukha. I bow my head to you. Tell me, what is the sentence?
Gauramukha told Maharaja Parikshit of Shringi's dreadful curse. At his words, the whole court trembled. But Parikshit stayed calm and steady. He sat very still on the throne, not the stillness of shock, but the stillness of a man who has accepted what must come and has already begun to think about how to use the time he has left. Meanwhile, far from the royal court, in the dark and secret places beneath the earth, Takshaka heard of Shringi's curse. He had carried hatred toward the Pandava line for a long time. Now it seemed his moment had come. He began to prepare. And so the wheel of fate, set in motion long before any of this, kept turning. What you've heard is only the beginning. From this moment, Parikshit's 7 remaining days of life would become the greatest story of devotion the world has ever known. But that is a tale for another time.
Thank you for listening to the beginning of the Kali Age and for sharing this sacred journey with us. If this story stirred something in your heart, we invite you to subscribe and explore more timeless wisdom here on Krishnaverse. May its lessons stay with you gently, and may your path be guided by light, clarity, and peace.